Welcome back to another episode of Catching Up with Rivers, presented by BFL Canada. Today we have captain of TRU men's soccer team and Rivers FC, Elijah Dos Santos. Elijah, how's it going, man?
It's going good, bro. Going good. How about you?
Good, man. It's good to get in touch with you. You've obviously, like you were just telling me before the interview, you've had a pretty busy year. Like you've been going consistently since about April or March-ish, I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, no, 100% for sure around there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
obviously, is it nice to just kind of get a break, or are you kind of like ready to go again, or where are you at with everything?
mixed feelings for sure. Like once you're in it and you're enjoying playing, obviously you don't want to leave, but once you get that feel of a break, especially like you said, once you've been going since the start of the summer till now, the end of the U Sports season when playoff starts, it's obviously nice on the body to get a couple days, couple weeks off compared to keep on going right until playoffs and then like we did a couple years back make nationals and then right when nationals is done you're right into rivers, right? So obviously it's really nice to get a break. My body's thanking me for it, so can't complain.
That's great. That's great. And obviously, you had a couple little extra games where you played between the River season and U Sports. You played with the League1 BC All Stars against Fulham. What was that experience like for you? Obviously, you've spent some time against big teams in MLS programs and stuff, but what's that like to, play against a world class under 21 team?
No, honestly, it's surreal. When I heard that they were coming to town, I was pumped. The first thing I asked was, "Can we play them?" This is like my priority on my mind to do, just to see what the level is compared to here, right? What it is over there. And honestly, everybody that played in that game, whether it was the starters or the subs, everybody made a difference. Everybody played fantastic. It was an unreal experience to be playing with some of the best players in the other teams as well. And to have Oset as your coach. It's not often you get to have a pro MLS goalkeeper national team guy, really known kind of guy in the BC soccer world, coaching you, and you get to soak in as much information from him as possible, and of course the Fulham coaches as well. So overall, just an amazing experience. The fans that came out to Kamloops and supported were surreal as always, but overall, great experience.
And how did it feel like at the start of the game? Were you super nervous, like not really sure what to expect, or was it kind of like the first minute to the 90th you got comfortable as the game went on? Because obviously you went on and scored in the shootout, which was great. You confidently went up and you hit it like you always do from the spot, which was great. Was that kind of like, did it take a while, or did you just jump right into like any match you would have?
Honestly, for me, it's always just jumping into any match like I would have. I don't really get too many nerves when we're playing in big games. After playing in nationals in minus 20 plus degrees weather, you don't really feel pressure anymore in certain games. So, no, it was definitely eased feelings for me, but definitely some guys in the team I could totally could totally tell, and they were saying that a little bit of nerves. So for me to just be there and kind of comfort them as a leader, as said with TRU and Rivers, was always helpful as well.
Absolutely. Well, how was the benefit as well of just like playing with Rivers through the summer and then going into that match? You got to play through the summer, and then obviously for you sports, like what's the how key is Rivers for you and like your success at university level and just in general?
Yeah, no, Rivers, it's an amazing experience and it really helps with the U Sports season. League 1's it's a really high level league, especially this year, this past year. I definitely say it was probably the highest level it's been in the time it's been around in BC. There's a lot of top players playing this year, a lot of guys that could score goals, guys that could keep them out and lots and lots of quality, right? So when you're playing constantly throughout the summer, you don't really lose that step. And then once you go into the U Sports season, you're fresh, ready, your mind's where it needs to be, and yeah, it leads to a great season for sure.
And is it kind of cool just being able to, play with a lot of those guys that you play against in the U Sports season? Like, a lot of people mentioned that I should talk to you about a little bit of a bromance you had with Kim up at UNBC and how, that relationship formed with you guys as being really good friends.
Yeah, I know Kim. I don't. I could talk endlessly about Kim. He's just an unreal guy, an even better footballer. Before the River season, I kind of reached out to him as Highlanders folded, and I didn't really know him as well as I do now. Obviously, it was kind of a risk I took reaching out and branching out and trying to make a new friend, but something I definitely don't regret. Yeah, over the summer, me and Kim became really close. He assisted, honestly, I want to say almost all my goals He's the guy I look towards on the corners, free kicks, all of it. Told him, put it on my head, and I'll do my best to get in for you. Off the field, we hung out all the time. Created that relationship when he wasn't golfing. Guy golfs 24/7. He's the king of golfing. So he really, really enjoyed his time in Kamloops, and I know for sure he'll be coming back next year as he loved the experience this summer. But yeah, no, nothing but good things to say about Kim for sure.
Yeah, I mean he's got to be up there, League 1 BC assist leaders because he was great from dead balls, and obviously you other end of those, you led the team in goals as a center back, which is crazy. But how's that? Is that something you've always had in you, like that touch to finish when you're near the net, or is it just something that's kind of happened through your like last couple seasons or so?
Yeah, no, when I was younger, playing in youth soccer, I actually played striker. All growing up, tried to play different positions, whether that was offense, defense, midfield. The one position I never played was goalie, and I will never play goalie. But something that's comfortable for me, right? Putting in so many hours like I did at the field and training constantly on finishing, touches around the box. It really just comes natural over time and it just becomes a habit, right? It's something that you've put so much work into that it's like snapping your fingers. It just happens, right? So a lot of those moments that I had were just natural habits for me, and just grateful to be where I am and have those four goals for sure.
Absolutely. Well, another thing I wanted to kind of ask you about, you obviously spent some time in the Whitecaps MLS Academy system. So, how is
Mm.
that for you? Obviously, not a lot of players get to do that, but U Sports keeps getting some really good quality players like yourself. What was that like for you? And just tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, no, the Whitecaps Academy it was an unreal experience. It's the closest thing you'll probably get to here in BC, especially in Vancouver, to a pro feel. The facility is top notch. It's amazing. You got finger scanners to get into the facility. You have uh, like hundreds and hundreds of staff members, people that are putting in hours daily to just make sure that you're performing at that optimal peak level, right? And honestly, the quality of the trainings and the quality of the players in the academy it's top. It's really, really good. And just by being in the academy, you can learn so much from not even just the players, the coaches, everybody that has to do with the program. It's unreal. And the trips that we got to take to the States, they were really, really cool, man. Like just going to these different stadiums, different fields, playing the different clubs, seeing where all these different clubs rank in the standings. It's amazing, man. Something that I look back on, and I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to play there because I've learned so much and brought that experience with me here, and here I am.
And because like you've played against so many great players, you had Fulham this summer. One thing I really did want to ask you, like, who do you think is the best player you've ever played against? Now that you've had experiences in so many good situations, whether it was down in the US or was it someone locally, like who was the player that you've played against that's really stood out? Or even someone you've played with even.
Hmm. That's a that's a tough question. There's a lot of really really good players, man. I'll give you my top three off the top of my head.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, top three. And no offense to if you aren't on this list because he's got a lot. So
yeah,
he'll come
no
back to
offense
you
to
later.
anybody, but top three for sure I've played with would be Daniel Sagno at TRU. Like talent wise, unreal. You'll never see anything like honestly, I've never seen someone do things with the ball like he has. It's amazing what he can do.
Now he's making his touch with the women's team, which is great, right?
It's
Assistant coach
amazing.
now, so it's good to see.
Coaching, giving everybody his experience that he has from the years. He's definitely up there for me. I would say Muslim Umar. He plays for the Pilots now in the States, D1. He played at Whitecaps with me. Amazing footballer. And then my third one, this is a biased one. He played at TRU. His name's Ante Gurgic. He's a Croatian. Me and him go way back. Just a baller, so technical, great player. Could go on and on about Ante. Me and him are like brothers, and that's my top three for you for sure.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm sure that list is long, but that's great to hear about some of those guys. Obviously you've had the chance to play with so many good players, so it's always interesting to see who's on whose list for that kind of stuff. What's kind of your goal moving forward here? Like, obviously, you've had a great university career already. What's kind of the next step that you're hoping to make in your soccer career?
Yeah, no, honestly, the next step is a pretty big step for sure, but just taking that leap over to Europe, that Fulham game really kind of motivated me and opened my eyes, showed me that I can keep up with that level. I can play with those academy players and showcase myself and play well and perform as best as I can with that kind of level of player. And that's my next step, really, is trying to get over to Europe, get into an academy, whether that's a first team, second division, third division, anywhere. Honestly, I just want to go and play professional football. That's always been my dream and something that I've always worked towards. It's my family's dream, whether with by both my younger sisters who are looking up to me. They both want to play professional football. And for me to kind of go and branch off and try and bring an opportunity towards myself, it'd be amazing. It really would. And it's something that is definitely in the back of my mind right now, something that I want to do. So fingers crossed, and I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, definitely my goal.
And obviously, anywhere in Europe's great to play, but do you kind of have a bit more of a preference? Obviously, me, yourself, we kind of both are like, hey, Portuguese league would be good for you. But is there anywhere in particular you're looking, or is it kind of just you're just looking to make that step in general?
No, for sure. Obviously, Portugal is my number one destination right now. I have my citizenship. I'm a Portuguese citizen, so it'd be an easy transition for me. And I have a lot of family that speaks a lot of Portuguese and would not mind taking a little vacation to Portugal. So gives them the excuse to go for sure. But yeah, honestly, Portugal is my number one destination. But anywhere, to be honest, I love playing the game and I want to play it at the highest level that I can. And anybody that is willing to give me the opportunity, I'll be more than thankful.
No, absolutely. We're really hoping, yeah, you can make that step. It's been great, watching you over the last couple seasons, and we're excited to see what's next for you.
Thank you, Mason. I appreciate that.
Okay, man. Well, it was good getting in touch with you. I'm sure we'll touch base again before the next season, but thanks so much for your time, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you, Mason. We'll talk soon.
Okay, man. Take care.
You as well.